What's going on, Wall, Texas? Welcome to episode 54, season 4 of Talking Throws Podcast, Texas Style. I'm Coach Jason.
And I'm Coach Janelle.
So, guys, welcome. Thank you so much for the support of our first 4 episodes. So, I hope y'all are enjoying them and enjoying us on the YouTube channel as well. Remind everybody, we're with the throwingfactory.com, a track club. We're gearing up for our indoor season, so we're doing online lessons right now. We're doing in-person training as well. So if you have any questions about those, contact me through thethrowingfactory.com. My information's on there. If it's not the right location for you, we have 2 other locations as well. We have Coach Kai West at the Throwing Factory. He's on the other side of Weatherford, able to help you out in the West Texas area. Our Coach Jarvis East at the Throwing Factory. He's kind of on the east side of Dallas and kind of handles everything in the East Texas area and maybe Northeast Texas as well. So if you're looking for discus, shot put, even javelin, or even hammer, feel free to reach out to us, and hopefully we can meet your needs for that. Also, too, remind everybody about our shopping apparel. You can get these really cool podcast t-shirts on thethrowingfactory.com, or these hats as well. We got a couple of new merchandise on there, so go check it out. We've got to be offering discounts as well once we get into the Christmas holidays. So be cool at your next track meet. Wear throwingfactory.com apparel if you want. So, and then we want to thank our season 4 sponsors. Without them, we can't do what we do. We want to thank Texas Track and Field Coaches Associations. Go to ttfca.org for the latest news in Texas track and field. Stuart just had a big announcement about possible indoor track coming to the North Texas area, North Dallas area in the Collin County. So that was a huge announcement. We look forward for more information to come on that. To remind everybody about 2022 Winter Clinic and Hall of Fame induction ceremony. You can use the code 2022TRACK for getting your room discounts, or you can call 1-844-554-9654. Also remind everybody that there is meets being posted for indoor and outdoor on that site as well. So if you're trying to get a schedule set up for January and February, that's a great location to kind of form your schedule together. So also 4throws.com, quality implements price right. Go to 4throws.com, use the code TalkingThrows20 to get 20% off. What's really cool about the site too is not only do they sell javelins and hammers and shots and discs as well, but they also sell track equipment, field equipment, but they also have apparel. They have really cool shirts, hats, snapback hats, fitted hats, stretch hats, anything you want, long sleeve, short sleeve, that are really, really cool. We have a couple on that we actually love and wear, especially in the cool days. So go check those out at 4throws.com. Also, Porta-Circle, making throwing more accessible. You can go to porta-circle.com and use the code TalkingThrows10 to get your 10% off. Also, what's cool now too is that he can actually ship international. So if you have questions about wanting to ship international, you can contact Marcus for that, and he will use U.S. Portal Priority Services. And also, too, one thing too I want to thank our listeners. I don't even know if you're aware of this, but I want to thank our listeners in Australia. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks for the listeners in Iceland. We love what's going on. We're seeing y'all's numbers pop up all the time. So thank y'all for your support in Iceland. Also, thank you for your support in Germany as well. We appreciate the love over there. And then our 4th most populated country is South Africa. So we want to thank the people listening in South Africa as well. So if you're looking for a Porta-Circle, we can ship it to you over there. Just contact Marcus and go to Porta-Circle to get that information. Ready Up Athletic Development offers team consulting, semi-private, strength and conditioning in the greater Austin area. Contact Zach Phillips at 512-507-8347. You can also follow him on Instagram and Facebook. It's readyupad.com is the website. And then finally, Fiber Sports Discus. Welcome to a new way to get the distance. Fiber Sports Discus is taking the guesswork out of a discus selection. It's not just about the rim weight anymore. You can go to Fiber Sports Discus, and here's the 1.6 wind. That is the oops. Wait.
It's gonna be bad.
There you go. There you go. There we go. First time doing that. So this is a 1.6. As he has higher end as well. Just go to Fiber Sports Discus to check out the selection from your beginning throwers to your elite throwers as well. I think that's it for the sponsor side. Our guest today is a repeat guest, our first repeat. So this is going to be part 2 with Daisy Osakue. She just got out of the making the finals in the Olympics, and also had a PR, in which is also an Italian record of 63.66 that she hit in the qualifying the day before, which put her 5th in the qualifying rounds to going into the finals. Remind everybody too that Daisy also was a 2021 conference champion in the discus with a Lone Star Conference with a mark of 55.41. In the nationals in D2, she placed 6th with a 47.90. And she's also the D2 record holder in the discus with a mark of 61.35. Please welcome to episode 54, part 2 with Daisy Osakue. We look forward to hearing from her. There she is. You can't hear.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. What about you guys?
We are good. We are doing good.
Congratulations on your success.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
we're excited. I was living those throws with you. I was when you threw that 63 and I saw that look on your face, I was like, oh, that was good.
Thanks. A lot of my friends were talking about that look. I mean, most of the ones that know me, they're like, oh, yeah. She did something.
So are you back in San Angelo now, or are you still back home?
Yes, I'm back in San Angelo.
Okay.
I'm helping out the track team, and I graduate in December.
Awesome.
So I'm finishing up with school.
Okay, awesome.
Well, Daisy, thanks for being on again. So the last time we talked to you was in April. So tell us a little bit about your final senior season there at San Angelo.
The final season was rough. So basically, whenever we talked, few days earlier, prior to that, I got injured. I fractured my lower back, my vertebra. So I was trying to be strong and be nice and just try to be positive. But I wasn't able to train or, compete as much as I wanted. The doctors thought that I had to be out at least 3 months. So of course, if you say April, May, June, July. So I thought my season was over, and I was just, in a panic mode inside, but trying to be positive. Because of course, I didn't want my teammates to see me that scared before conference and nationals and stuff like that. I was able to do 2 or 3 competitions before nationals. Of course, I competed at conference, and it wasn't amazing, but I still got my first position in discus, points for the team, and I think I got 3rd in shot with something like that. But I mean, points. It was. I wasn't going to
bring that up. I wasn't going to bring the shot put up where you got 3rd, but I was like, she threw shot put. And I remember she didn't like that.
No, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I just wanted to bring points for the team. So I'm glad that I was able to perform at conference. And then nationals didn't go good because, of course, I had the pressure because I wanted to, win my 3rd straight national title. Yeah. And of course, I'm going there as original athlete of the year, and nobody knew about my injury. So everyone is expecting me to do great, and I want to do great, but let's say that I didn't trust myself as much. And so nationals ended with, I think, 5 scratches and 1 valid throw.
Oh, wow.
All of them were out of the sector. For this much, it was weird.
Is your pain when you're rotating more and kind of creating a big pull of your hips? Is that where the pain is at the most?
My pain was in walking. So
really?
So you didn't take any time off, like you were injured, but you just kept pushing through it?
I mean, if the doctors tell you, I took all the time off like they told me. Okay. I didn't do nothing. I was always in bed. I was stretching. I didn't do nothing in the gym. I didn't throw.
Okay.
But between me and you guys, I did
Right.
do things no matter what.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
because I'm a little stubborn, unfortunately. And it was a intense period. And nationals, I think I ended sixth with the 47 meters. So I was a little bit down with that. And then I went back home to Italy and I did one or two competitions. Yes, I did a Diamond League in
Yeah.
Florence. And I mean, it wasn't a great competition. I threw like 56 meters and I feel like I wasn't like in the right space mentally or physically. I didn't trust myself. I thought that, when you say trust the process, I felt like the process was wrong because things didn't go as planned. But then I went back home. I was back with my coach, Maria Marello. And that lady, I don't know what magic she uses, but she was like, shut up. Just because you lost 2 months, that doesn't mean that you're like done. So let's start from, the ABCs and let's go back to things that are not going to hurt your back. And let's go back to having like a good base technically. And that's what we did. And we got ready for the Italian championships at the end of June. And surprisingly, or I don't know, I went there with my teeth tied. I just wanted to break everything because I knew that I was gonna kind of like fight for my spot at the Olympics. So I was like, you know what? Bingers.
Yeah. Now, did you have to? I'm sorry for interrupting. Did you have to make top three?
Absolutely.
Did you have to make top three in the Italian championships to even get on the Olympic team?
No, like the competition is not like the USA that you have to be top three. Because I mean, literally in Italy, if you qualify, you go, but you also have to demonstrate to the federation that you're in competition mode. And I didn't go to the Olympics with the standards because the standard was like 63 meters, 50 centimeters. And I went like with the ranking. So basically my points since 2019 were enough for me to be between the first 31, 32 people in the world. I was like number 30 or 31, something like that.
Oh,
like
so
I
you
was
barely got in then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at nationals, I threw 61 meters, 50 something. Like I was this much far away from my personal record. I was going crazy. I was just like, I want this super bad. And some days after the official call came from the federation, like, yeah, you're going to the Olympics. And
really,
from that day on, me and my coach were just like, you know what, girl, like we're gonna go to come to the Olympics with the mentality of nothing went like we planned this year.
Yeah.
So let's just go there, have fun, go back home with a great experience that can help me grow for the future. I mean, I'm young. This is not going to be hopefully my last Olympics. So we'll just try to like, don't think about the negatives, just think about the positives. And then whatever happened in qualification happened.
So going back to the Diamond League a little bit in that Italian championships, were you experiencing still great pain in your back that you were here when you were in the NCAA championships, or did there was remedies that kind of helped with that pain?
Oh yeah, like today still, like I still have pain. Like I just need a little bit of wind or like air condition and my back just blocks. And during the national period, my roommate was so nice. I had my little heat pad that I plugged on the wall, and I can't sleep without a heat pad under my back because it hurts. And it's just constantly inflamed. So I need to be careful whatever I do. And I just have to listen to my body more than I used to do. Like sometimes, the plan is to do ABC today at practice, but maybe I get to B and my body just can't handle it anymore. Okay, I don't have to do C and nothing is going to happen because I'm already at the top level of pain for today. So that's fine. I just needed to like get used to the situation and get used to the new Daisy kind of, but It was rough.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you said your coach worked with you after you were injured. And she said, no, shut up, you're not injured. And you said there were little things that she did that didn't hurt. What were some of those things? What were some of the little drills that you could do that helped you to get to where you were before the?
So I think during that period, okay, so whenever I got hurt, I think I went totally away from social media because I didn't want nobody to ask me why you're throwing so not far. So so whenever I went back home and I felt more confident, I talked to my sports psychologist, and she was like, just be yourself. So I was posting more stuff. So if you go like on Instagram, you can find videos of what I was doing. And we just went back to like the little drills that you do with a 12-year-old that's trying to like learn how to do discus, which is funny because most of the times they feel like whenever you're an athlete of a certain level, you shouldn't do those things because you know them. It's like you know how to talk, you don't need to learn your ABCs, right? But I feel like that gave me the level of confidence that I needed back. So it was 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. We spent hours and hours doing drills. You start with the starting, then the starting to the middle to the finish, and whatever happened after that. How to like figure out like the mistakes, what your body's doing. I had to go back to feel my toes and understand, okay, I'm touching the ground in the right moment. I'm not touching the ground in the right moment. My breathing, visualization. It was an intense month, like really, really intense.
Wow. But it was all worth it when you got that call from the Federation and said you were Olympian.
Absolutely. Like it was, but okay, I'm that type of person that until I am there, I ain't saying nothing. Nothing is happening until I am there. So I had the officialization and I waited for it to be, ink on paper before even telling my mom. And I mean, my dad kind of knew, but my sister knew, of course. She knows everything. But I was like, I can't say nothing because you never know. People are wishy-washy. Something can change from now to tomorrow.
Right.
And still, I didn't believe it until I was on the plane for Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
Like I received all my stuff back home, and I had all the uniform and stuff. And my mom was like all dancing and praying and happy. And I was like, Mom, wait. The flight, I can miss the flight. Anything can happen.
Like,
relax.
Get Japan.
Yeah.
So did you go to the open ceremonies?
No, we actually traveled during the opening ceremony because due to COVID, only a few number of people could go. Yeah. And so, of course, the people of other federations or other events were allowed to go there because track and field, we were the second group or first group that left of track and field because we, of course, were at the ending of the Olympics. And I traveled on the 23rd and arrived in Japan on the 24th of June. So yeah.
So what was it like getting off the plane and you arriving? And I'm sure they're to greet you and they're going to take you to the Olympic Village. Were you just having that aha moment where you were just like, I made this, my dream came true?
Like, of course, before going there, they prepared us mentally on all the things we had to go through on, COVID-19 procedures and, distance and, test and vaccination and whatsoever and what to expect, right? I just think, I'm like, you can put needles on me, you can take all my saliva, you can do whatever you want. I see I was on that plane, just sitting down and just watching my movie on Netflix, and I could see the plane going towards Tokyo. I was like, ooh, like, no, I'm the happiest that I can ever be right now. So I just kept being like, I feel like I was 110% like for like a week and a half. Wow. I was just hyped.
Wow. So who was your roommate when you in the Olympic Village?
Okay, so whenever we got to Japan, we went to Tokorozawa because we weren't allowed to be in the Olympic Village until 2 days prior of your competition.
Oh, really?
So we were outside and we were in this little town, beautiful town. and we're in this campus and super nice people. And that was only for the Italian Federation, all sports, but only Italy. Wow. So we stayed there and we did the camp for like few days, almost a week, because I arrived in Japan at the Olympic Village, in Tokyo on the 30th or 31st, something like that. No, on the 29th, because I competed the 31st.
Did you have access to throwing there where you were in this?
Oh, yes. We were, it was just us. We had the stadium. You could go throw whenever you wanted. And it was nice because it was just me and my friends and orderers. Like literally, I would go throw maybe in the morning, and then I would go left maybe in the afternoon. I had like a little circuit with orders mobility and stuff. And I would go like do orders mobility with the orderers, which are my friend, but they are the Olympics for orders, so they're good, So I'm there doing orders mobility with them and stuff like that. So it was a nice feeling, because we were all looking at each other like Olympian. I don't know if you guys know that meme of Spider-Man, where it's like Spider-Man. It was like that. It was like that.
During your warm-up out there and stuff, I'm very curious, did you have any big throws, 61, 62 meters, where you were like, oh, I'm on with something? Did you feel something earlier in your training?
So I do not like measuring my throws in workouts. Okay. I love sensation. So if I feel good, I don't care. Sometimes you can feel good, but you don't throw it nicely and it just falls too close. I was feeling good. I felt like my legs were working. I felt like my body was not in the right harmony. So yeah, I was throwing far. Okay. I didn't care how far it was because I felt good. But my coach she would just go around and be like, should we walk over there? Come back, smile, and then be like, mm-hmm.
Do that again.
Yeah, I should say, do that again.
Yeah.
So 2 days prior, you get to go in the Olympic Village. What was that experience walking in there?
Okay, it took us forever to get there because, our town was like an hour away, something like that. And it took us almost 1 hour and a half. And we're on this bus. And of course, we practiced in the morning. So we left after lunch. We're already tired from practice. And we get to the Olympic Stadium. It's like, you're back at the airport. They have to scan everything. You have to scan everything. And you have to prove that you take the COVID test, show that it's negative, go through all the, getting your pass, pictures, stuff like that, no? And then when I get into the village and they're just these skyscrapers with different nations, flags coming down. And I'm just like, is this heaven or something? Wow. Wow. And we're in this little bus, and then you see these electric buses passing, these electric cars, people with bikes, people with skateboards going around, people just saying hi, people exchanging pins. And I'm just like, this is I don't know, Olympia, for real.
Did you run across anybody famous where you were starstruck in those? No.
So many times.
So many times.
So many times. And sometimes my coach would be like, hey, wake up. I'd be like, yeah, okay. And sometimes I'm like, because of course you see them I'm used to see them on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And, doing their thing. So me going to lunch and see them sitting there just eating, I don't know, pasta or ramen, with all the juice falling on their face. I'm like, so you're normal? Is that possible?
Did you trade pins?
To eat and stuff. I have so many pins. So many. I don't have none with me here because I left them all back in Italy. My dad has a collection of pins as well. So as soon as I went home, he had to steal some stuff too. Yeah. And every day he has a different one on.
So did you stop and get any pictures with any of those people that you were like, oh my gosh,
no,
whoever?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't because of the COVID situation. So basically we had different apps on our phone that would basically control your interactions with others. So we're told that to maximum stay close to people that we didn't know, max 15 minutes. Because let's say that person that I don't know was positive in a test, that perhaps would know, okay, at this hour and this moment, this person was in proximity of these other people. So
Move away.
I have to get tested and like out. And I'm like, I ain't no risking nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, the devil is a liar. I got here. I'm not gonna allow nobody to ruin this moment for me. So I spent a lot of time with my roommates, and it was nice. It was nice anyways.
What was, did you get to go into the Olympic Stadium that you actually threw in and do any practice throwing and stuff before you actually got to go qualify?
So unfortunately, since I got there 2 days before my competition, the competition already started. So I wasn't able to train in the Olympic Stadium. So I didn't see the ring until I got there. But I was able to train in the Olympic Stadium, like training stadium facility, like, the little stadium the little track outside the stadium. And it was nice because I remember going there and everyone was there. Like all the distance throwers were there, like from the Crash to Style to Liliana Ka to Sandra Perkovic. Like I was just like, wow. like I mean, I already met some of them at the World Championship, but I'm like, this is a total different competition. Like it's the Olympics. These people are here for like money. And I was just looking at them work out and train, and they would like tell me like, yes, you can pass, go on, you can go in the ring. And I'm like, she just told me that I can pass in front of her. Like,
that had to be amazing. That had to be amazing experience. I'm sure you were like, I've arrived. I'm a world-class thrower with some of the best throwers in the world.
I felt that I got to the Olympics with a better mindset. So whenever I went to Worlds, of course, I was just like starstruck, like all those 2 weeks, and completely not forgot, but weren't concentrated enough to do what I had to do. And I was just worried to like, embarrass myself or something like that. But at the Olympics, I didn't care if I have to embarrass myself. I don't care, but I'm going to give my 110% no matter what. I'm going to have fun here. I'm going to come back home with a great smile. I'm going to know that I'm coming back here all with an experience, knowledge, or just, new friendships, whatever. But I was coming out from this experience with a positive note. So I just went there, wasn't worried about no one, wasn't scared, just wanted to enjoy myself.
Wow. So the morning you wake up for your qualifying, did you have your normal breakfast and routine? Tell us about that day, getting into the stadium and stretching and getting loose. And were you in Group A or Group B in the qualifying?
I was in Group B.
So you had to wait.
I was in Group B. Yeah. So let's say that whenever I did my national championships, the final, my competition was at like 8 p.m. So that day I had to understand how to treat my body. Like I woke up in the morning, had breakfast, then went to have a little jog, then had lunch, took a nap, then got ready, had the little meal, and then went to compete. Because at the end of the day, you wake up, but you still have 24 hours basically to compete. And whenever I went to the finals, I was like, okay, Daisy, you need to go to bed at a certain time, wake up in the morning. Okay, so every morning before 10 a.m., we have to give a sample of our saliva for COVID testing. And my same day, my roommates were competing as well. They were all hurdlers. They were all sprinters. I was the only thrower, but you wouldn't notice because I was skinny.
You look just like that. Remember, you're a high jumper.
Yes, exactly. So we were a group of hurdlers. And so we all woke up kind of the same time. We put music and we went to like give our samples of saliva, went to have breakfast together. And I got ready. Sometimes like you just wake up. I did like my hair. I took a shower, wore my clothes, prepared my bag, and, went to have breakfast, came back, brushed my teeth, and then went to get the bus. I was at the stadium, I think around 9, because the competition was around 11. But I had to be there in the call room at least 15 minutes before. And then I wanted to warm up well and stuff like that. So but I didn't feel it like, oh, you have to wake up really early. I think I
Mm.
was up at like 7.
Oh wow.
But when you're feeling so good, that 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. can be, I don't know, 10 p.m. It's the same thing. I
Yeah.
just woke up and I'm ready to go.
Welcome back, track people. This is Brandon, owner of fourthrows.com. We're a fast and growing track and field company that specializes in the throws. With our speed shipping, implement warranties, and rock bottom prices on javelins, discuses, shot puts, and hammers, call us up today to talk directly to one of the owners at fourthrows.com.
I just woke up and I'm ready to go. So I get to the stadium, listen to my music. I have my little hit pad on my back, just going around, dancing, my usual moves. My friends teasing me constantly. My coach just taking videos of me and going around like.
Were you keeping tabs of what? Were you keeping tabs of the marks out of the Group A? Were you keeping tabs of what was going on? No?
I'm not that type of person. I don't like looking at others. I just feel like, okay, let's say that I even see it, and in the first group, they all threw, already 12 people threw the standard. What am I going to do? Like, am I going to panic? No, I'm still going to try to throw. So I just didn't care. I just went in there and I was like, I'm just competing. And of course, mentally, I was like, Daisy, let's be honest. The only way for you to get to the finals is for you to PR.
Yeah.
Like I told myself, like there's nothing else that you can do. You have to do a personal record or you're not going to see a final. If you can't get a personal record, at least throw far and have fun.
Yeah.
So I remember my first throw was tragic.
52 meters.
My first throw was 52 meters. I had no type of harmony. It was more high than long. And I am actually glad that I was able to just tell myself, oh, potatoes, like your feet were not in the right position. You're anticipating with your left. And the next throw I was like, chill, like, you know what you gotta do. Don't try to do nothing new. And I went in the ring and I was just like, there is a saying in Italy, o la va o la spacca. It means or it goes or it breaks.
Oh, it goes or it breaks. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just like, o la va o la spacca. Who cares? And then boom. And I remember that I felt it so nice because I started yelling.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
I apologize. This is going to be funny for the podcast.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I remember it being nice because I felt it, when it like comes out from your finger and you're like, oh, yes, I pushed it with all my last. And then I just turn, I get to my position and it's just going still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did a 360 here and this thing is still going. Like for me, it felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was such a long time that I wasn't used to. And then I see it fall down. Oh, wonderful.
I'm watching it.
Like, look at my face. Look at my face. I'm just like,
yeah.
It falls down next to the yellow line. And I'm like, holy moly. Like, no matter what, this is a personal record. Like, it's a personal record. And then I read it and he's like, and I'm like, this is the Italian record. Yeah. Oh, no. Like, crazy.
So in the video, in the clip, there's the man that raises up and he kind of raises his right hand. Who is that?
So that's our federation coach. His name is Federico Apolloni. He was a discus thrower for the Italian Air Force. And he's our, let's say, head coach in the federation. Because my coach, she's the national team physiotherapist. So she was still in Tokorozawa that day.
Oh.
So she got there the day after.
She wasn't there to watch you
throw. In Tokyo. Oh, no, that lady was boiling. She was boiling. People were taking videos of her, taking video of me on the TV. And just like... And there's a funny video that she posted of me throwing, and she was taking a video, and she just like, she didn't penetrate in the throw. She didn't use half of the ring. Come on, Daisy.
Well, and that's something I wanted to talk about because I noticed from watching you throw when as you were to Angelo, into that throw, it looked like you got a little bit more air coming out of the
Yeah.
back end of the entry. So when you
Yes.
hit, you kind of went up, kind of hit down, and your right foot, left foot almost hit simultaneously, but you kind
Yeah.
of threw from the middle of the ring.
I yanked it. I was like, no matter where my feet are gonna be, I'm gonna throw. Like I'm gonna slap this disc. No matter what, it's gonna get to where it has to get. So yeah, I feel like I changed a lot of things, and I had to, try to work with my body. That I did change a lot of things with my technique, involuntary, but it was too late to focus on, okay, you have to use the all ring.
Yeah,
We're just like, whatever we have in the basket, we're just gonna work with it.
Yeah.
So of course everyone just started, talking about, oh, if you use more, it would have been a 64, it would have been a 65, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, maybe I would have scratched it. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I thought it was great. Technically, to me, from what I've seen, was a great throw. And and the one thing I like about throwing is there's no stereotype that fits this thrower and this thrower and this thrower. You did what's best for you, and it worked for you.
Exactly.
Stick with it. I was just kind of curious to know if that was maybe some of the training that she kind of implemented when you got back to Italy to get a little bit more spring to the middle and stuff. That's what I was asking.
I mean, she definitely didn't like that.
Okay.
But she knew that, I mean, we work a lot with my feet. We work on the rapidity, the explosiveness. Like that was the main focus. Like my feet, the way they reacted, and the way you get in the middle and you have to start back and just create nice rotation so that this can go with harmony and with a nice circular movement. So those were the focus. We didn't care much about the the push to the middle or like other factors that could have maybe improved my use of the ring. But I mean, I feel like now we can work for it for next year. But at that moment, she was like, you know what, this is not bad anyways, because you are throwing. You're not scared of throwing. Because for a long time I was scared of throwing because I was scared for my back, of course. And so she was like, I'm glad that you're able to throw without fear. So that's the important part. And so we just went with it.
Yeah. And so on the last one, you scratched, right? You had a foot foul or something on your third throw?
I honestly, I don't even remember the last
You were on cloud nine.
I just remember Sister 666, me yelling like a chicken, my throat getting all dry, drinking water. And then before I knew was the next throw, I'd be like, okay, Daisy, come on. And of course, at that point, I was like, I'm going to yank it again. Yes, it's going to be a 66. But of course, it didn't work like that because I think I anticipated it with my left arm. So I fell a little back.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't care because, I mean, I was third of my group. I knew that I was in finals for sure.
Did you really? Okay.
Oh, yes. My president, the coaches back there on the Italian Federation were just yelling, yeah! So I was just like, see you in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, and that sets up the next question. So from that day to 2 days later, what was your mindset? Were you still very positive with your outlook? And
I was
ready?
very positive.
Okay.
I was very positive. And of course, the messages were floated and the morale was super high. My mom was crying. My dad was crying. My sister was crying. My brother was crying. My godmother, my godfather were crying. Everyone was crying. All San Angelo was just texting me.
There were they really?
I think anyone in San Angelo texted me or sent me a message or Twitter, anything. Like in time zero, like all my friends were watching the competition live since it was evening for you in the US here. And I just kept receiving videos of my teammates just going crazy. Some of my teammates that play football too, they made all their football team watch the game. They were like, you are watching Daisy. I don't care.
Oh, wow.
So it was beautiful. It was just, when you feel the love, I felt the love. And unfortunately for me, I was trying to keep my energy as low as possible, my adrenaline to not explode. But the next day, my friend wins the the gold in the 100. The other one wins gold in the high jump, and I'm
Oh,
yelling
wow.
like a chicken again in the house. I mean, in the hotel the night before my competition. And then another friend does the Italian record again, and another friend of mine goes to semifinals. Another one goes to finals. I
Yeah.
just spent those 2 days shouting,
Wow.
and even after my competition, I just kept shouting.
Yeah.
And it was, but I'm immediately after my finals, I wasn't happy because, of course, after an Italian record, I wanted to throw 62, like at least. And at the end, a lot of things happened. My body was hurting, of course, because I mean, it was a great thing that I asked my body to do. So I got to finals with my back was in pain. My back was
really?
just sore
How was your warm-ups in going into the finals? Were your warm-up pretty good?
Okay, so one funny and sad thing. So basically, like when they put out the marks on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kept throwing over the first mark of like maybe 50 centimeters, a meter. And I was just like, oh God, I'm the only one just throwing over the first line. That must be 55. What am I doing? Like, come on, Daisy, get back. And I turn around and look at my coach. He's like, very good. Keep doing that. And I'm like, do you see what's going on? I'm throwing like, sure, right? Then it's the first throw of competition, and the disc comes out like so bad from my fingers, and I was absolutely not in balance. And then the bar comes back, and it's 59.97, and I'm like, so the first line was Sissy, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so I've been throwing over Sissy all this while. And she's like, duh. And I was like, oh, okay. Interesting. So of course I wanted to throw more, but then it started raining,
and that was going to be my next question. There was that big delay, how did you handle that?
I try to be as mature as possible. I was like, okay, I do not like throwing in rain. I'm really bad at it.
Oh,
so
really?
Of course, no, I'm bad at it. Because the disc is slippery and I don't feel my feet on the ground. And of course, I see all the other girls falling, and I'm like, if I fall, my back is gone. Like if I fall as bad as she did, my back is gone. So I'm scared of falling. I'm scared of hurting myself. And then there's the delay, and then it's wet. All my bag was wet. So all my clothes were wet. All my extra clothes were wet.
Oh,
they take us back in, and there's like the air condition is like at 61,
and it's
super cold, and I'm wet, and I'm like, my back start hurting because it just blocks. Like my body just becomes one unique bone, and I'm like, Daisy, just go, just throw what you can throw. And of course, I wasn't able because I do not have that experience, and of course, I can't ask myself to do better than people that are more used to me, but still didn't do as good. So I was like, you know what? You did 59.97. It's not a 60, but it's good. Yeah. I cried a lot. I have to admit, like I was going back, and like, of course, like the TV, and they were asking me questions. I was just crying. And I was trying not to embarrass myself on national television because I knew my mom and my sister, they will tease me all my life. Like, you were on TV. So I was trying to like hold my tears, but I felt like I failed. But then, talking to my coach, going back with my friends, I realized that it's not about that moment. Like, I did something great no matter what. Like, I came in as, 31st, something like that. I ended 12th. Because mentally I was like, oh, I got last in finals, but it's not last, it's 12th at the Olympics.
Yeah. Were you aware? I don't know if you saw some of the mimes or anything like that, but they were initially out there trying to clean the ring with towels and like a little dust broom and all that. They were prepared.
They were so cute. They were so cute though, because then they started using their own rain jackets to like cover the rings.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
They were. I just love that. I feel like if we were able to go inside before getting all wet, maybe that would have been better.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did what they could with something they weren't expecting. So It's fine, but there are pictures that like screenshots that a lot of my friends took, and there's like a delay for weather, something like that, and I'm just like me mugging, just angry, standing around like all wet, and just like.
I'm curious, was there any conversations between the 12 finalists and when y'all went inside, did you?
Oh yes,
Were
I
they
remember asking the let's say like the director of like the volunteers there,
Mhm.
the judge, the judge director, I don't know, the head of the judges, like,
Yeah.
can I go take my things or can I go get water, something like that. And I remember like Valerie coming to me is like, well, what did he tell you? Like, is there going to be a delay? Are we going to compete tomorrow? And I was like, I actually asked him for water. I don't know. But then we're all talking to each other like, what is best to do? Like, are they going to delay to tomorrow? Are we going to compete now? What are we going to do? So
Yeah.
between each other, we were trying to like, you know what, let's go first. We got this. And
So
others
everybody
were,
was
of course,
supportive
like,
of
like,
everybody in that situation.
yeah, others, of course, were like thinking about their own selves and like, you know, come on, you have another throw, and you know,
Gotcha.
everyone wants to win the Olympics.
Yeah.
I guess I was the only one that knew that I wasn't going to win the Olympics. I just wanted to, you know, get in the final 8.
Yeah.
Were you very, and earlier you said you really didn't kind of watch other people, you know, and you kind of just kind of kept in your own mental state, but you had to take a little bit of notes of your other 11 competitors, because some of those are some of the greatest female throwers in the world, in the history. You had to take some mental notes of how they, you know, how they just carry themselves, how they stretch, how they, you know, just carry themselves.
I mean, I feel like the nice thing about that is that all 12 of us were doing different things in warm up. Like, there was no one person that was doing the same thing.
Gotcha.
Like, that showed that everyone has its own thing that helps your characteristics. So it would be silly for me going there and be like, oh, like I need to be like that person. The only thing I just tried to like look at was, I want to be with this group more than once, you know, like I want to be part of this 12. I want to be strong, independent, and competitive like them. And they're strong. Like those ladies, they are strong. I'm sorry for their future partners. Don't let them get mad, because
is that
strong.
Is that the one thing you probably noticed that's building blocks for you in the future? Is their overall strength is an area of improvement for you?
Oh yes, like my bones are fragile compared to the bones of those ladies. They're made out of steel. I'm made out of marshmallows. Like literally, there's something amazing. Like, it's just nice to see even from the way they walk, you can see that, you know, they're mountains. They have different type of bodies, different type of heights, but they're strong. And it was also nice to be there with my friend Claudine Vita. We've done all type of competition together. She's the German girl. We are the same age, so she has been winning everything since we were younger. And the only time that I was better than her was the World University Games when I won and she got second. But being there with her was nice, because I felt like, you know what, like these are the ladies we used to like look up to, and now we're competing with them, you know. And it was nice. I feel like we're like hopefully the next generation, you know, of throwers, and I hope we're gonna have like a lengthy career just like the other ones. And what to say, I had compliments by Danny Stevens, Sean. Like I was balling. I'm telling you, those 2 days before finals, I was receiving messages from anyone just congratulating me for what I did. And I was just like, Danny Stevens said congratulations to me.
Wow.
Like Michonne wrote me on Instagram congratulating me. I was like, so this world-class athlete, 65 meters woman, representing France for the past 20 years, took her phone, went on Instagram, searched for my name, and sent me a message.
Wow.
Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you were the youngest person in the finals by like 2 years, right? I believe so.
Yeah, me and Claudine Bita,
Yeah.
because we're both 1996.
Yeah.
We were the
Okay. Okay.
youngest.
Y'all the same age. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
but yeah, we
Wow.
were the youngest, that's why I say that
Cool.
it's weird. I mean,
Yeah.
for her, I'm used to her like she has been competing like in the Diamond League for years, so she's always been like a world class athlete. But for me, from small Torino in Italy,
Yeah.
small San Angelo,
Right, to San Angelo,
me, that was
Texas,
a
in the
lot.
middle of nowhere that
Yeah.
nobody knows
Yeah.
where it is.
Exactly. Some people think that I'm actually in Italy because San Angelo, but no,
Yeah.
it's in Texas.
Yeah.
So
For
it
sure.
was nice.
So you made this post where you thanked your coach, you thanked your mental coach, you thanked your dietitian, you thanked your sister, and you also thanked your Yellow Flames family.
Yes, so that's my club back home. I'm in the military, and
Okay.
they're called the Yellow Flames, and they're just been the family, the extra family I needed. They're just there no matter what. They support me. When I tell them, look, I want to, try and do this or try and do that, or even when I'm down, I have all my teammates. They're like, Daisy, no worries, you're the best. Like, no worries, just chill. And I'm like, okay, I'll just chill. I don't know. It's just I'm lucky. Like I told you the other time, I just have the greatest people around me. Like
Awesome.
I've been blessed with that. So I feel like I didn't even thank all the people that had to thank. I try to generalize it because in the Yellow Flame and Sea Sports, there are so many people. So it just takes everyone. And of course, my family out here in San Angelo, my family back, like everyone, from all the people that knew about my injury and didn't give up on me. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I just
Impressive.
So you leave Tokyo and you come back and you go back to Italy. You go back home and see.
yeah, I went back home and
Okay.
I stayed some days, and then I came back to Texas because one of my friends was getting married and I didn't want to miss his wedding.
Okay.
So it was a thrower camp.
Okay.
And so I had to come over for his wedding, and he was so happy.
Was there two-stepping
And-
at his wedding? Didn't we talk about two-stepping
Yeah.
last time?
Okay, I tried. I had on my heels. I was like well dressed. I tried to two-step, but I still need some practice. But I know how to say, yeah.
That is awesome.
good.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's good.
You are such an amazing person. We just love you to death.
Thank
So
you
what's
so much. I love
next?
you
What's
guys
the
too.
plan? You're back in school. You're graduating in December.
Okay, for now, I'm enjoying my off season.
Okay.
Yes.
I am climbing. I am, playing basketball, volleyball. I'm planning to play tennis next week. I'm eating like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm doing all the things that I always wanted to. And then at the end of September, I'm going to start preparation again because basically with that throw that I made in qualification, I kind of already qualified for the World Championships. So I'm in already.
Okay. And that was okay.
So apparently my coach was like, enjoy yourself now, because when we start, we're working to go to the World Championships in Oregon and compete. So I'm like, oh, we have a goal for next year already?
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, it's exciting.
Any procedures or anything like on your back or anything, or you just go let it rest?
No, I just have to be patient. I just have to just follow my routine, my new routine now.
Okay.
But I feel like, honestly, a lot of other things are going to happen from now to next year, I'm sure. Yeah. But I'm more mentally prepared for them. Like, I know that I have a good team around me that's going to help me, no matter the obstacle in front of me, to pass through it. So I'm not worried. I know that I have to live with my back injury now, but I don't know, maybe it's going to help me to try new things, and maybe those new things are going to influence me positively. So I'm not worried. I'm a very positive mood right now.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's all
sure.
rainbows
You
and,
deserve to be.
and flowers.
So what do you get? What are you getting your master's in?
That's what I was about to ask.
Communication.
Okay. Okay.
I graduate December 11th.
Awesome. So after you graduate, is the plan to stay here since the World Championships are in Oregon, or will you go back home?
I don't know. I of course want to compete, so I'll see where competition are gonna take me to. I'm probably gonna go back home and stay with my family for the Christmas holidays and keep training with my coach back home. But I don't know. A lot of people have been asking me what I want to do, and I'm like, I don't know. I live day per day, and whatever happens will happen. Who knows? Maybe I'm just gonna, I don't know, go live, I don't know, in Japan. Since Japan just treated me so nicely.
Why not? Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
And of course, you're looking for 2024, right? You're going to be around for that for a long time.
I mean, it's in Paris, so
yes.
I feel like the Olympics are a little addicting. It's like Nutella. You get a spoon, you get a second spoon, you get a third spoon.
Like peanut butter for him. That's him and peanut butter.
She said Nutella. That is awesome.
They call me the Nutella queen here. I have an addiction with Nutella. But anyway.
Hey, well, you can eat all you want right now, right?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. Like my city is Nutella was created in my town. So I've eaten it since I was in the womb, basically. So
Gotcha.
It's I don't know, it's my secret weapon or something like that.
Now, just for clarification, you don't have any more eligibility with the whole COVID thing. Okay, your eligibility is
I'm done. I'm not an athlete, a student athlete anymore. I'm just a student now. But they call me Coach Daisy because I'm helping the track team.
Are you helping Coach Miller and train and throw?
I help Coach Miller. I help Coach Dib, Coach Dibber, Thomas Dibber, our head coach, and I just help in the, lifting part with all my teammates, which is weird because everyone is like, yes, Daisy, help us out, and I'm like, I mean, I was your teammate last year. You trust me to help you? And they're like, yes. So it's nice. It's nice coming back.
Yeah. Was it something where you think you might even possibly stay there and train? Kind of be the volunteers coach and stuff like that?
I would love that. But of course, since I'm like on a visa, it's different for us internationals. We can't just stay in the territory as we like. But Coach Dibburn and our athletic director, Coach Reed, they always tell me that Angelo is open for me, no matter what, no matter when, no matter where I am in the world. This is my home. They told me that I can come whenever I need to. So that's for sure something I'm going to think about in the future years for, fall preparation, because back home is cold.
Yeah.
So if I want to stay maybe somewhere, I'll probably come here or, just try to help out as I can and just, influence the future out here. So
you're a great role model for young female throwers. Your outlook, your positivity.
I try to.
Your mentality of how to throw is something I think a lot of girls need to hear, just because they put so much pressure on themselves, but then they watch the other person throw and they're like, oh, I got to copy that person. I got to throw like that person. And at the end of the day, they just kind of almost trip over themselves because they're trying to be something they're not, instead of just kind of focusing on themselves.
That's true. I just feel like you have to be the best version of yourself. You don't have to be a similar version of someone else. So you have to be you and do it as best as you can. Be competitive. Do not let anyone bring you down. Be humble, but work hard and get to your dream. Like really, give yourself a goal, achieve it. Give yourself another bigger goal, achieve that one, and just keep going. Like I always say, I'm skinny, but I'm big and I'm strong. So don't get it twisted.
I did want to ask you, at your small town in Italy, when you went back home, did you have a big celebration? Was there something that was done?
My friends and my sister, my dad, they came to pick me up at the airport. It was funny because I could see the police officers before you get out of the the gates. they were staring at me because, of course, I have my uniform and whatever. And then I go out and they're just shouting. They have flags on. They were just going crazy in the airport. And I was like, holy moly, that's my family.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and it was late at night. We went like back to my house. We were downstairs playing loud music, just shouting. My parents were just like happy, and that just kept going the days after. So it was nice. It was
awesome.
It was nice.
Awesome.
Very well deserved.
All that hard work
Thanks.
as a youth and your trials and tribulations, then coming to Angelo and all the stuff you did to the youth.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I said, dreams came true, and you knew it when you threw that 63.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Absolutely. There were long 5 years, but whew, they were nice. I just can't remember. Like, I can't remember the bad things.
Right.
Have you put back on that uniform since then, just one more time, and walked around the house in your uniform?
I mean, I had to keep everything in Italy because I feel like I would wear only that all day here. But I had one shirt. I went to Lampasas, to the high school in Lampasas, because one of the coaches, Coach Reeves, is a friend of is the father of one of my friends. So I went to greet the family, and I went to talk to the girls at their like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. practice or whatever, and showed a little clip, wore my shirt, took pictures with them, and just, told them to not give up. Because of course, a lot of them don't want to do like weights or, to throw because it's not feminine. I'm like, ladies. At the first, I was like, what do you think I do? They're like, sprints? No, I throw things.
I throw things.
That's awesome.
So
awesome.
That was the only time I wore it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on and sharing your
Thank you,
story with
guys.
us there for part 2. We love you. You're tremendous.
So much
fun.
fun.
And so when you go win the gold and you beat Almond and Almond gets second and you get in 2024, we'll have you on a third time.
Oh, I hope so. If this is a good luck charm now. So we're going to keep doing this.
There it is. And we'll ship you all the Nutella you want.
Oh, thanks. I mean, honestly, I can't stay without Nutella. I usually have like my travel size small one too. It's something you need. It's something you need. It's my only guilty pleasure.
There you go.
I eat Nutella with everything.
Good. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you so much. Tell Coach Miller we said hello.
Of course.
Good luck with graduation, and we'll just stay in touch, okay?
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Thank you.
Bye to everyone. Bye-bye.
Wow. We just love Daisy. Thanks so much for being on for part 2. Just what a tremendous story of coming to the States and going to Angelo State. And, you did have some success as a youth thrower, but to really just kind of persevere through a back injury and the travel and the COVID and all that, and going over there and just have some bumpy roads, but she stayed positive. She had a positive outlook. And I think sometimes as throwers, we're really hard on ourselves and we beat ourselves up because we don't throw far. And sometimes it's just the discus didn't fly far that day. And, she had some stumbles there, but she goes back, she gets some encouragement from coaching. And that's one thing too, is, that coaching thrower relationship is very, very important. And sometimes, they go hand in hand, where that thrower really needs a positive outlook and that positive person to rely on. And for Daisy, it's definitely her coach. And, whatever magic dust, she said that she sprinkled on her, she got her right, and she went through 61 and won the Italian championships. And she goes to, Tokyo and throws
as the 31st thrower.
Yeah.
Ends up,
She 5th in the qualifying, throws a PR 63-66. And then makes the finals and gets 12th place. One thing I love is just she really doesn't look at her marks when she throws for practice and measure for marks. It's just about sensation, about feel. And I know that's something that we probably need to start looking at, is just with our club. Is sometimes too, we put those markers out there and they're turned into a visual, but sometimes too, we also get caught up with how far it is.
Talk about that sensation. She said the word harmony a lot.
Oh yeah.
She knew her body when she was in harmony. So when she was in sync, when everything was clicking together, and she didn't care how far it went. She knew that felt good and knew that she could build on whatever, if it was a good distance or not, because of being in harmony and being in sync.
Yeah, and her little
Lots of great
affirmation,
things.
and her little affirmation of when she's in that 6'3", oh, it goes, or oh, it breaks.
Yeah, we need to learn how to say that in Italian, because it's so much more beautiful
When
in
she
Italian
says
than our hit Texas
Yeah,
accents.
that's true. So we thank Daisy so much for being on episode 54. We look forward to seeing her in future Olympics and future World Championships. We wish her the best. Shout out to San Angelo and Angelo State and Coach Miller. We hope y'all are doing well, and we'll see everybody down the road.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's thank all of our wonderful sponsors again. Texas Track and Field Coaches Association. Go to ttfca.org. Check them out. Lots and lots of great information about throwing in Texas. 4throws.com. Use the code TALKINGTHROWS20 to get 20% off. Implements, t-shirts, hats, training equipment, all sorts of things. Okay, so if you're looking for stuff, go talk to those guys. They will hook you up. Porta Circle, porta-circle.com. Use the code TALKINGTHROWS10. You know, the weather's cooling off somewhere, not here in Texas, but somewhere in the world it's September and the weather will start getting colder. So some of our listeners there are going to start experiencing that. So get your Porta Circle so you can throw inside when the weather is a little too cold. Ready Up Athletic Development. If you're in the Austin area, we talk a lot about Zach. Follow him on the social media. Go check him out at readyupad.com or give him a call.
And one thing too is he's doing a good job of teaching Olympic lifting.
Yes.
And for some of y'all that might be not listening and might not be getting Olympic lifting from your high school coaches, not because they don't know, just because they don't have time, whether it's their football season or their off season, something like that. But as a thrower, you need to go learn how to Olympic lift. And he is a great resource to learn how to do that from just basic stuff. So if you have questions about clean and jerk, snatch, workout, periodization, or building a workout, or what you need to do to help you throw further, just like Daisy just said, you know, the one difference between her as those other ones was they were strong. And that's something she felt like she needed to improve on. So the stronger you are, you know, most likely the further you're going to throw.
Don't be a marshmallow.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Be a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Be strong. And then Fiber Sport Discus. Ta-da. He's like Banner.
Hello, Talking Throws Texas podcasters. I'm Bruce Caldwell. I'm here today to introduce the Fiber Sport Discus. Yes, many of you thought I only made great vaulting poles. I have been bringing quality discuses to the throwers' hands for over 40 years. First as Cantabrian USA representative, then for the past 10 years as the Nelco discus distributor. I introduced the yellow plated discus for the plastic's best durability. If your Fiber Sport discus breaks, we replace it. Our studies have reached into the science of using a wind tunnel and adding microchips to the discus to find the spin, the gravity, the flight stability of the discus. We have found it's not about rim weight anymore. It's more about creating a balanced stability to allow the discus to fly and surf the wind. Our new Fiber Sport discus is made to be selected to fit your needs, no matter the weather, no matter the conditions. Check out our discus selection guide at fibersportdiscus.com and find a dealer in your area that sells our fine product. Thank you, Jason and Janelle, for allowing me to talk with your listeners on Talk and Throws Texas Style.
And remember, the Throwing Factory, check us out. Go to the website. We got lots of information up there, lots of pictures of our kiddos and the success that they have. And
also on the throwingfactory.com is at the bottom on the homepage. You can find a site for 4throws.com, and you can find a link to go to the portacircle.com, and you can find a link for the podcast as well. So yeah, so you should, if you don't want to go through Apple, you can go directly to our website and find that.
And you can buy clothes. So lots of great stuff on our website. And again, if you listen to us on Spotify, Apple, whatever podcast, if you're now loving the YouTube videos, you know, we're trying to change up our background every once in a while. You know, give us some feedback on all of that and continue to listen and share it out there for those people who are interested in throwing. And then our Lifting DFW site is up. Our mobile fitness station, okay, whether you're a 5-star athlete, a stay-at-home mom, a middle-aged father, a youth that loves sports, go check out our lifting DFW. Coach Hayes can get you fit in whatever area you're looking to do. Whether it's Olympic lifting, whether it's just getting quicker, faster, stronger, all the things.
Yeah,
Get muscles like I have, or
we got a cool banner in the back there.
yes, cool, that makes it look like I have Princess Lady.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great week. See you
Bye.
next time.